We are having today our next online class from the Intermidate package, which is going to be entries into the twisted grip Ayesha. So I'm going to provide 5 entries. I think they're kind of more or less the basic kind which you usually see, and you can incorporate them into combinations quite often. So I will try to start from the easiest, but not sure. It always differs. For some, it's easier to go from that entry into Ayesha. For some, it's another entry into Ayesha. So it's very individual. So I hope you're warm. I hope you're ready to work. Okay. I'm kind of warm. So hopefully I'm ready to work as well. So I'm going to show you the first entry into the Ayesha. And then I'm going to explain you how we can progress in it. So it's going to be from this grip, from this interesting grip, which nobody likes usually. And we are going to just hook the inside foot, slide the hand down, let our torso go down, grip the pole, turn and open into an Ayesha. So this is the first one. I think it's the easiest one from today. So therefore, that's why I chose to start with this one. It doesn't have complicated things into it. And the trick through which we're going into Ayesha also is not very difficult. But to do it from up without not from the floor, sometimes it can seem difficult. But so where do we start? You have to be able to do more or less Ayesha, but you can always hook the foot onto the pole and stay in a jackknife position, in a triangle position, so you don't have to open up in your Ayesha all the way through if you don't feel secure. But we're going to start with this one, okay? So I'm placing my hand right above my butt, a little bit above my tailbone. So I'm not too low with my hand and not too high. So I kind of want to feel comfortable. Once you're gripping this, grip this hand, see what my pelvis is doing. I'm tucking in and pushing it into my hand, which is holding the pole. This little detail is crucial. Very important. Without this tuck, this engagement, do not try to go up. It's your own safety. You want to protect your lower back and actually engage the core. So therefore, when you grip the pole here, stand and boom. Next thing is the armpit. So it's like in an invert grip, you take your armpit, but you try to squeeze your biceps into the pole really, really tight at the same time when you're tucking in and squeezing. I'm exaggerating this movement. It's not so much, but this is what you're trying to do. I'm going to put the camera a little bit closer, like this. Okay, so you see better. So I'm gripping, boom, taking the hand, tucking and squeezing into the armpit. So I'm trying, if you look from the front, see where my elbow is? It's going to the center as much as I possibly can. It's not here. I'm squeezing it to engage the arm. You need to engage this arm as well, okay? Not just shoulder, also your arm. Your biceps has to be engaged, okay? That's the first thing. Now, you need to hook the inside foot. Usually what I see this in my students, in my intermediates, they're starting to do this like this. And then they're going, this is too hard, this is impossible. Yeah, because when your leg is coming up, you have to let your torso go down. So you have to move along with that leg and you have to let yourself tilt back. So that is actually crucial. Once you just add tilting back and actually going down, and a little bit of a jump from the outside leg also can be done. This is easy because I laid on this hand, engaged my core, and I rolled over. Leg comes up, torso goes down. You don't have to jump like this. You want to go like this. Okay, that is very important. And once you will try to do this up in the air, for example, in your combination or whatever, you're going to need that tilt back a lot more than you can than you think, because right now you're jumping a little bit from the floor, so it actually seems easy or easier. But once you try to do it up in the air, it might seem difficult. So you hook the inside leg like this, so it kind of rotates in. So the inside of the leg, inside foot, the inside of the foot, the inside foot is gripping the paw and actually holds the paw while you're sliding the upper hand down, letting your torso go down again and regripping the lower hand. Okay? Engage. Swing this leg a little bit, tilt back, hook. Now you need to slide the upper hand closer to your lower one. Go down, see? Release the lower hand, regrip, push, turn, and look at the paw. And here is your jackknife. And if you feel confident, you can open up in your Ayesha. So, how is this going? I think it's quite simple, but that's just me. Sometimes I feel some easier things are difficult and some harder things are simple. One more time, okay, and then we will go to the next entry into your twisted grip, Ayesha. Okay, remember tilting back, hooking. The hand slide is actually needed, but if you're not sliding the hand while you are here, see what happens? It's a little bit harder to push or hold with your feet. A little bit harder, but you can do it without sliding the hand. I like to slide the hand, so I turn to the paw and push a little bit for the lower one. And of course, the hand slide will make this trick end up a little bit lower than you might like. And usually the students do it so low that they feel they have to start to do it up in the air. If you're too low and you feel that you don't have a spot where to put your lower hand, that's all right. Just try to do this then without sliding the upper hand, without the slide here. Try to do this. And you will end up a little bit higher, okay? Swing, tilt back, tuck, and boom. No, you don't slide, grip, turn, hook, or open. So it depends. It can be done both ways. For me, and usually for my students that have taught this, they feel it's easier to slide the hand and then turn, just because you go more into the handspring position a little bit faster, so you don't have to balance yourself out. But it's optional, okay? If you're ending up too low, don't slide the hand. But you can try both ways and see what works better for you. So, okay, next entry is from Superman and from Scorpio. From Scorpio, the inside leg hook. I will provide you 2 entries into your twisted grip Ayesha from the Scorpio trick. First one, I think it's a little bit easier. To do that, you have to be able to do your Scorpio trick quite confidently. Okay? Choose either way you feel more comfortable going into it. Or are you hooking right away your inside leg, or are you hooking the outside leg and then switching to inside leg? It depends on you. But what you need to do before you start to do it is really doing the Scorpio. Okay, not just kind of a Scorpio. So I'm going to show you, then I'm going to break it down. So I'm going to go into a Scorpio, push the leg, and leave the inside hand onto the pole. Pushing the leg, opening up the chest, gripping the pole, and turning out into my handspring, into my Ayesha. Looks easy, right? At first, it doesn't seem very easy because a couple of reasons. First mistake usually is when my students go into Scorpio, they don't push the leg and they don't open up the chest. Posture in each trick is very important. Doesn't matter which trick you're doing, you're not doing it like this. You're not curling here and rounding. You're trying to open up and push the leg down and leave the inside hand onto the pole. Don't let it go and grip it again. Leave it on the pole. If you're doing it like this, here, okay, you can be through your outside leg. Make sure this leg is very bent. Not here, but bent. Make sure the outside leg, you keep pushing it down. Grip the pole where you see this little window is there, your palm is going. When you're going down, you're opening up towards the pole. Open up your shoulder. Look at the pole. And now the leg, only now the leg comes close. And you have to push yourself away from the pole. And the push is not with the help of the hand. The push is with the help of this part. And the leg comes closer and you push your butt a little bit out so the shoulder comes in front of the pole. Away from the pole. Okay? So whichever entry you choose, make sure your Scorpio is in order, okay? Scorpio has two very good gripping points, which is your side, which is your inside leg, okay? The inside leg is not slightly bent, it's actually bent. Close, foot is close. You need to feel confident in your Scorpio. If you're doing the Scorpio right away without the inside, I suggest you to do that, not to waste energy. First movement, you go up, you tuck, then you tilt, okay? Make sure your invert is in order when you're doing the Scorpio. Usually, Scorpio sucks when your invert sucks. When you try to do something fast and you don't think about if you're doing in a correct manner in the technique that actually provides you benefits. What I see, I just will show the mistakes, okay? For some of you might be struggling with this, with the entry, the Scorpio. The common mistake is tilting back before you actually went up, hooking here, and I don't feel anything, and I'm sliding down, and it hurts like hell. Because this leg has to be here. And just because you tilted back before you actually jumped up, you didn't get your gripping point into your side before you hooked the leg. Therefore, you weren't able to actually bend the leg closer just because you had the grip on your ribs, not right above your hip bone. That is why you want to jump up, tuck, tilt, hook, leg. Okay, so you don't let the inside leg go. You can push it a little bit closer. Push this leg down. Now see what I'm doing with my chest. I'm opening and looking at the pole here. Opening the outside leg and looking at the pole. And here's your grip. Now see the hand is slightly bent. Leg comes close. Push, look up, open. So, today is a very warm day in Latvia, which is amazing. Sun is shining, birds are singing. And we are trying to do Ayesha's. So once more. Jump up, tuck, hook the inside leg. Make sure it's very bent. Okay, it's not here, it's here, close to you. Push the outside leg down. Open up before you hook the pole. Common mistake in this one is just you're trying to grip the pole with your free hand, with the outside hand, but you hadn't opened your shoulder, you hadn't opened up in your chest, and you hadn't done a proper Scorpio. That's why gripping into your position will feel very difficult. I'm going to show you how not to do, okay? So you see. So you go into your Scorpio, you go down. Where the fuck is the pole? And you grab the pole, not in a grip where you need to grab it, or you think about what kind of grip. Oh, it's breaking my shoulder, it's breaking my shoulder. Oh, I'm sliding down. Push the butt. You need to push the butt at the end. Otherwise, your center of gravity is right above your head. Remember, the Ayesha is a triangle position. Butt is away from your head, not above your head in this case. Otherwise, you will not balance out the weight and it will feel like sliding. Now, one more time, how you want it to look like. Okay, you can always hook the pole with your feet. If you don't feel safe opening up the legs, you can always hook the pole with your feet. Make sure you're engaging a proper Ayesha position before you open up the legs, okay? What really helps to keep your head close to the pole and look at the sky once you're going into your handspring, okay? Scorpio, push, opening. Here's the pole, leg, push, butt, head is close. And if you feel safe, only then you open. Safe means you have control. Unsafe, you don't have control, you feel like sliding, everything sucks. That is not safe, okay? You want to feel that you're actually working with your shoulders and that you have enough a wide angle between your hands. So don't take this hand high. Take it straight, take it low. Open up towards the pole, and here's your grip. Push the other leg down, then grip the hand. When you grip the hand, only then the outside leg comes close to the pole, because then you start to engage your grip and push your butt away from the pole. Those of you who are joining live, please ask questions right away, okay? If you have any, of course. If you don't, good. If you have and you feel shy, don't be, okay? I'm here to help you. Imagine in live. If you would be live in my class, I would dare you to ask questions if you don't understand something or if something doesn't feel quite good enough. You have to ask. That's the only way to learn. If you don't understand something, you have to ask. If you want to figure it out by yourself, that's also cool. But sometimes it might take you a little bit longer. It does not wrap around. If you move into your Scorpio and open up your chest, the hand is there. Don't have to wrap it around anywhere. Okay, let me show you from up close. Here's the pole. Okay. So you're here. If you're pushing this leg down and opening up, here's the pole. Show it a little bit higher so you can see. Open. Boom. Here's the pole. Push the leg down. Not sure if you're seeing the hand. Now if you'll have to put it a little bit further away so you can see the hand. Once your position is correct, You don't have to think about which grip I should have taken my hand. That's not the case. Your position has to be in order. If you're thinking about how the hand goes, it means your position is not in order. You're here. See, I'm opening up, looking at the pole. Boom. Here's your hand. Open. Look at the pole. Open shoulder, open chest. Here's your hand. Leg. Push. Shoulder comes in front. Look up. That's it. So if you're thinking about how the hand goes there, it means your Scorpio position is not in order. Move into your Scorpio, open up your chest, and take the pole into this grip. There's no other grip in this one or this one, okay? You don't want to take this one in your handspring. You want to open up. You need to open up your shoulder. To do that, you need to open up in your Scorpio towards the pole. The hand is holding, leg is pushing, okay? Let me know if that works for you. Please, I want to know what troubles are. I just know that this, once you will do it, it will feel really easy. But I had trouble teaching this just because you want to go right away into your twisted grip handspring by not actually maintaining the control in your Scorpio position. Okay, let me show you once more from this angle. Maybe it's gonna give a difference. So you're here, boom. Scorpio looking up. This is what I mean by opening. This is the only way how you can grip the pole in the correct manner. This or this. You want this. Open, push, look at the pole, leg, push yourself a little bit away so shoulder comes, look up, head is close. And that's it. This is, you can move the other way around from your handspring into your Scorpio, but that we're going to do in the exit from Ayesha class. And that class can help you improve in this class, and this class can help you improve in that class. So it's connected, okay? So can I move forward? Is this okay? Push the leg, open, grip the pole. Then when you grip the pole, the other leg, the free leg that's pushing down. Yes, good, wonderful. The other leg is coming close. Push till the shoulder comes in front of the pole. Don't push too far so the head is close. Yeah, thank you for asking. Thank you for asking. And make sure you have a nice twisted grip position, okay? That you feel that your both shoulders are working. Push and pull, okay? The next entry into Ayesha will be also from Scorpio. Also here you need a proper, now you need a proper flat line Scorpio position, okay? Which means the inside hand will be onto the pole and you will be in a flat parallel line with your torso and with your leg. This is the starting position. Now, we're gonna work with the outside hand. Now, in this one, the outside hand will be now the upper hand. In the previous one, the inside hand face the upper hand in your twisted grip Ayesha. So of course, it's nice that you feel confident in both hands, but if you're choosing hands in the previous one, if you want your right hand being charged, you have to do your invert with your right armpit. In this one, you have to do it the other way around because the other hand, the outside hand, will be the leading hand. So in this variation, I will show you and I will explain, break it down. In this variation, what is important is, again, nice flatline scorpio. Do that before you move forward, okay? Which means you move into your scorpio, grip the inside hand here, make sure this leg is quite up close, and you have a nice flat line. From here, you're going to start rotation with the outside leg, slide down and wait till you grip your twisted grip. Now this is kind of a complicated entry, especially if you're like me, not very flexible in your wrists. I have never been, and probably I will never be very flexible in my wrists. So I need that rotation and the proper position to actually move into my handspring. So imagine you are into a flat line. You can try to do this onto the floor a little bit before you try to do this up, okay? So you're in your flat line. For example, here, lying in your flat line. This hand is right down, and you want this hand to wrap around in a twisted grip. You will not be able, unless you're very flexible in this wrist, which most of the students aren't. You have to start rotation with this leg to start to wrap to your comfortable direction. Turn to your comfortable direction so the hand can actually grab. That's the first thing. Take it here. Start the movement of the leg. Now, and next thing what you need to do is slide your torso down while you're doing it, because you will not be able to wrap the hand if you're not letting your torso slide down at the same time. I'm going to show you up close once more, okay? And then we're going to start just with the rotation without the twisted grip. So now you have to see how it actually looks from here. You're in your flat line, boom. Now I'm starting to move my leg, and I'm moving along with that leg. The hand is waiting onto the pole, and I'm sliding down, sliding down, sliding down, sliding down, boom, boom. So not until the last moment I felt that my hand actually wrapped around. Therefore, the inside leg is for your safety. You want that inside leg to stay on the pole as long as possible for your own safety. If you're releasing the inside hand too fast and your hand has not wrapped around the pole yet, you will probably fall. So use a mat, most definitely here in this one, because for many people, this is not a very comfortable entry. We're gonna start just with the rotation, how to create that first momentum, which is going to help us to do that. Okay, move into your flat line, and all you're going to need to do is this hand that is lower down onto the pole, it's actually helping you turn. You can move your wrists, right? So once it's going to be onto pole, you will move your wrist towards this direction, towards inside where you need to do this. Okay, this hand, see, I'm right now moving the pole with my hand, just with this. And you will need that little detail movement just easier to get you started with the leg. This little movement along with the leg. So we're going to try to do this without going into the twisted grip, okay? Moving to your flat line. Now, you want to rotate the hand a little bit inward and then start rotating it out. In, out. Nothing, the leg is doing nothing now. I'm doing this just with my lower wrist. Before you move further, I want you to feel this. Okay, step by step, as always in my classes, try to feel what you can do with the lower hand. One direction, other direction, one direction, other direction. Okay, let's do this one more time. Now the leg is just staying in your Scorpio flatline position. All the movement is just from this lower hand, okay? Once more. Nice flat line. To your right, to your left, to your right, to your left. So maintaining the hand straight, trying to push from one side to the other, okay? But this exercise will also give you the understanding which direction you want to turn. Kind of remembering. So you turn one, other, one, and the other. Okay? I hope this is good. Now we're going to try to add the leg. Still not going into the Ayesha. Just this movement along with the leg. Okay? So if you're doing this with the left leg onto the pole like I am now, because I want my right hand to be in charge, I'm going to rotate to my side. Like I'm going to rotate in. The leg comes in, that's clear. But the hand, okay, try to feel which direction to rotate your hand depending on which leg is onto the pole. My left, so I'm turning to the left. Turning to the left, back. Leg, boom, back. Leg, boom, back. With the help of your wrist. Once more. In this, pull, pa, pull, pa. So if I'm with my left leg, my right leg is doing the rotation. I'm going to turn to left. At the same time, when my leg is starting to rotate. Okay? Now, before we move into a twisted grip, we're going to try to do starting with the normal grip, just to make it safer a little bit, okay? I just know it's difficult, so I want to do this step by step so you actually feel, because you have to do lots of movements at the same time. You have to do the hand, the wrist work, the rotation, and you have to let yourself slide down. So we're going to do this, the hand, the leg, and we're just going to let ourselves rotate. While rotating, slide a little bit down, grip the pole with a normal grip, and try to move into your handspring, into your Ayesha position, just from there, okay? So 3 things. Wrist, leg, move, down, and boom. This is a lot safer. You don't have to move into your handspring position. You can do the jackknife while your feet are still onto the pole, whatever you prefer. But make sure that you are moving down with your torso at the same time. Wrist, leg going down. And let that inside leg stay onto the pole as long as possible. Don't let go that leg from the pole, okay? One more time with the normal grip. You're here in a flat line. I'm going down, down, down. Push, leg stays onto the pole. Boom, grip it. If needed, if you're not comfortable in your normal grip. I think this is a lot safer, learning this one before you try to move into your twisted grip. I know I have seen that some are doing this without the rotation. If they're in their flat line, they already can grip the paw into a twisted grip. It's amazing, but people who are not that flexible in the wrist, it will be very difficult. So one more time with the true grip, original grip, wrist, leg, sliding down and gripping the paw. Okay? Trust me, in a twisted grip, it will feel a lot more scarier. So you need to feel confident in this one before you move to your twisted grip. Feel confident with the movement, that you actually have a momentum, you actually have a rotation. While you're having this rotation, you're letting your torso go down because you need to move towards that Ayesha position. You need to be in that Ayesha position when the hand is onto the paw, when you're trying to think about even leaving the paw with your inside leg. You have to be down in your Ayesha. Otherwise, it's not safe. If you're leaving the paw and you're not as low as you need to be to actually go into your Ayesha, you might not make it into an Ayesha. Okay? You might just slide down, move into other trick, or just move on to your mat. So let's try to do this one more time with the normal grip. A little bit closer. Flat line. Rotation. See, I'm going down, going down, going down, going down. Boom. Boom. That's it. Normal grip, it doesn't seem that scary. Okay, I'm not gonna move it there. Sorry for moving camera all the time. Just feels like I'm going outside of it. Now, if you feel good in this one, if you manage to move into your jackknife or into your Ayesha, you can try to do this in a twisted grip. And before you do this, just watch. Okay, just look. Look at my upper hand, because you already know what everything else is doing. You know what the leg is doing, you know what the hand is doing, you know that you have to go down. Now look at this hand. See when it actually wraps around the paw right before Aisha. So I cannot physically wrap it around faster because I don't have the flexibility in my wrist to do that. So therefore, I need to work towards that position a little bit harder, which might not feel as safe as I would want it to feel. But just look at that hand, okay? So you're here. I'm gonna start from this so you can see. So I'm starting to rotate. Boom. I felt this finger almost adjust the end. As you can see, first fingers wraps around are these, but you don't want to let your legs go until you feel these two fingers. Trust me, holding on three fingers is not that safe. You want all of your fingers to wrap around, and that movement you have to rewind it, have to work. So you mean, what I mean by you just need to work with that rotation and feel the torso going down and work with the true grip. Work with the true grip unless it feels fluent enough, until it feels like one whole movement. Wrist, leg, torso down, boom, Aisha. Okay? And once it feels fluent enough, you can try to move into your twisted grip. Okay? So how is this one? Do you want me to show this one more time? Will it help? Maybe I'll show it a little bit further away so you can see the whole picture. Okay. Okay. So you can try to do this a little bit higher up so you have a space where to slide down if needed, okay? The hardest part for me, it was when I was learning this one, is to understand how low I have to go before I grip this hand to not be too low or not end up too high, uh, so I'm not in an uncomfortable Ayesha position. So if this hand is too high, the lower one, of course, you will not be in comfortable Ayesha position because your hands will be too narrow. You want them to be wide. So therefore, usually, once the hand is not wrapped around yet, you have to keep sliding the lower one until it wraps around, until you can go. That's your cue. That's what helped me to understand how low I have to go to actually grip the pole into a twisted grip, and stay in a comfortable Ayesha. So it means that if you don't feel this hand wrapped around fully, you have to keep sliding a little bit down to make sure all of your fingers are engaged. And as you can see, the inside leg is the last one that comes off from the pole. Okay? So one more time. You're here, flat line. So the hand will go right here. Right here. You have this window. This is where you're going to put your upper hand. Okay? You start rotation. Slide, slide, slide. Keep rotating. Slide, slide, slide. Wait, wait, wait. Boom. And so you saw I was sliding all the way through until I gripped the pole. And I kept rotating, because if you will stop your rotation, you will not wrap. It's not possible to wrap unless you're very flexible in your wrist. And again, if you're not like me, you need to continue to rotate and slide, rotate and slide, rotate and slide, rotate and slide. Boom. There's your hand, there's your cue. You can open up one leg and push off and stay with the other leg onto the pole. How I suggest you to do this is not to leave the pole with the legs, okay? Maintain your jackknife position, okay? One last time before we move further. So the other leg will be the one that goes onto the foot, and then I'm going to push off a little bit to end up in my jackknife. And rotating, 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 slide, 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 slide. Push, boom. And here, it's safer. If you don't feel that you're gripping the pole very good, you can grab the pole with your feet and come off safely from the pole without no stress or just hitting the mat. Okay. Next entry will be from your Cupid. So you need to be able to do your Cupid. Everything is basic today, right? Scorpios, Cupids, and the last one will be the brass monkey. So you're going to be in Cupid. For example, you're here in your Cupid. What you're going to do, you're going to grab this hand up. You can go in this Cupid, no hands Cupid, holding the pole Cupid, whichever Cupid you feel comfortable with. About the Cupid, make sure the upper hand is in an angle, upper leg is in an angle. So it's not straight. See the foot? It's in the angle because I'm pulling. This is how you engage the pull with the upper leg. You need to engage it if you want to go further from there. Here, not safe. Here, push your hips forward. Foot is pointing down. I'm actually pulling with the upper leg to engage. And guess what the lower leg is doing? It's pushing. The foot is pushing. And you're engaging what you usually engage, the push and pull, just only in this case, you're doing this with your legs. Pull, push, and with that movement, you will be able to push your hips forward. Not here, here, okay? Not here, here. So you make sure your knee is deep, deep into the pole. There is an angle. You're creating an angle with your knee, with the pole. Push from the lower leg, push from the foot, and put your hips forward. So to move forward, like in the previous tricks, to go into Yash, you have to be able to do this trick. And these were the key points to actually doing this. You can climb and move into your Cupid, or you can do an invert and move into your Cupid, whatever you prefer. Okay, push and pull. The lower foot is actually pushing into the pole. I'm going to show you from up close so you can see the foot, what the foot is doing. It's pushing into the pole. No hands, pushing into the pole. So to push the lower leg, the foot, into the pole, you work with leg extensors. Leg extensors is quads. This is what actually engages the push into the pole. Strong legs needed to hold this. So you have to extend your leg like you see. I'm extending it very strong and pushing into the pole. This is how you're working with the lower leg in your Cupid if you want to do no hands Cupid at some point. But here you can do with hand, but to actually regrip the hands into your Ayesha, you will need to let go at some point the upper hand. So you're going to be in your Cupid with the push and pull engagement. At first, you're going to show your hips forward. Then you're going to grip this hand lower. Then you're going to grip this one in your twisted grip as in the previous one. You're not gripping your twisted grip while your torso is parallel to the floor. It's just not good for your wrist. And it's not comfortable. You have to move down to grip it, like in the previous transition. Then the lower hand moves low, 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 and you push from that lower arm, and you will move into your twisted grip Ayesha from there. Here you need a little bit of a height. You cannot do this onto the floor because we don't have space where to push. So you can do a climb, you can do an invert. I'm going to do the invert, the hook, and the Cupid. Okay? Going down. Now gripping the hand right where the foot is, and the foot moves away. Head close, butt away. If you can, you open. If no, you stay in your jackknife. This seems easier than the previous one because here you have a more grip once you're moving your torso down to grip into the twisted grip. But I think this one can help the previous one. You understand that you have to, how you have to be actually to grip the twisted grip fully with all of your fingers. Even this finger, it has to work as well, okay? So this one can help you with the previous one, because I'm sure the previous one didn't feel very safe. If you haven't done it before, if you already have done it and try to learn it, it is much more easier to do it now. If it's the first time, you will probably might not be able to do it right away, like almost everything on the pole, okay? Just set your mind to it and it will happen. Now, once more, I'm putting the lower hand where the foot is, and then maybe I will slide it a little bit more down. But the foot, the lower one, has to go away from the pole. But when the foot goes away from the pole, you have to engage the lower shoulder. It's pushing. It's pushing, and only then the foot can start to go away, because otherwise you will collapse into that hand. It has to push. And then you just have to move your butt from position A to position B and up. Your torso is already almost as low as it has to be. So all you need to do is with the leg, let your butt go up. Okay? So, Cupid, boom. Hand, twisted grip, hand, leg comes up, push, leg goes up, boom, push, pull. Now try to always think about if you're using this finger in the lower hand, okay? You want to always try to put it like this into this grip. Not so high, of course, to maintain security in your wrist, okay? Your wrist has to be stable and strong. If your wrist is moving from one side to the other, once you're in your handspring position, you will not be able to engage the lower shoulder. If you're not able to engage the lower shoulder, you will probably collapse in your lower shoulder because it will not be able to pull. If you're not able to pull, you don't have a balance between push and pull. So now you have to work twice as hard with the upper one to pull, but you will not feel safe. So you might start to rotate to one side or the other side. Rotation happens because you don't engage the push and pull enough and your torso is not in, it's sliding to one hand or to one side or to the other. So make sure when you put that hand onto the pole, finger, push, pull, and then the leg and the head moves down, close to the pole. Okay? So, okay, once more for this one, and then we have the last one from the brass monkey. Once more, the Cupid, okay? As you can see, I'm not holding 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then go. But to be honest, if you're able to hold your Cupid without hands, it will seem so much more easier for you because you will feel safe with holding just with your hands, and you can do right away this. If you can do the hands, no hands, Cupid, okay? If not, then this hand will help you to maintain security, to grip into your twisted grip. Just make sure you put the lower hand where the foot is or even lower, okay? So, once more, the Cupid, the hand, right underneath my knee. Hand slides a little bit down. And all the way through, I'm engaging the push. Okay? Whew. And we have the last one from the brass monkey. Not lying. No, I'm not gonna lie. You have to be able to do your brass monkey now. Whichever entry you prefer in your brass monkey. Okay? I don't want to go over time today, so I will not explain all the entries you can do in your breast monkey. I'm going to do from my shoulder mount because that's the easiest one for me now. If you have a different kind of entry into your breast monkey where you feel much more safer, you do that, okay? So you're going to move into your breast monkey. Here, do your breast monkey. Now from here, extend the leg, hook the leg, and the hand that is into your armpit moves in front. That's it. And pull in your Ayesha. So the lower hand stays. All you do is grip the upper one and just turn. One more time, and then I'm going to explain. Now I'm just showing you don't have to do this along with me. Just see, look what is happening, and try to understand what is happening here. Okay? So I'm going to try the different entry. For example, here, brass monkey, boom. Hand moves through, head moves through, boom. So once you're here, in this position, hand moves through, head moves through, and you have your twisted grip. Now you have to move through and turn, like push yourself into your hand Ayesha position. Okay, how we can progress in this one is actually doing this one, but as safe as possible. So we are not letting go the pole with our legs, with our feet. We're gonna keep them there as long as possible. And what the trouble here usually I see is that the girls cannot grip the pole with all of their fingers because the leg is kind of in the way. So make sure your brass monkey is nice and good, okay? And the leg is not in the way. So if you're thinking about which hand, which leg, which brass monkey you have to do, if you want your right hand to be the leading hand, you need to take the right knee in your brass. If you want the other way around, you need to do the left one. So it depends which Ayesha you want to go into, but to be honest, try to do both because you never know how in combinations you will end up, so you don't have to think about 100 transitions to go only from your right. You need to be able to do from both, so it gives you a lot more space where to play around, so you don't have to think combinations that are more confident for you, more that you feel more confident, but you can actually think combinations the way they look better or they feel better, more fluent, okay? So, moving into my brass monkey, I'm gonna turn so you can see here. Push your hips forward, brass monkey. Hook the leg, you can flex it, hand through, grip it right underneath so you can feel. Now, extend the leg, the knee, just turn, grip the paw. That's it. That's it. And all the way through, I had control because I had my knee and I had my feet onto the paw when I was turning. Once more. So, yeah. I'm just thinking about which angle I want to do this. Usually I still miss out on angles and I have to turn anyways. So, here. hook through, grab the pole, start turning, boom, hook or open. And that's it. So, whew, I hope you're doing good. I hope you went through safe, all of them. I tried to give you the kind of the basic, less complicated entries into your Ayesha. So, because less complicated, the simpler it is, the easier it is to use them in combinations, the transition. So hopefully it will help you in your combinations as well. I will show you the last one once more, okay? And we will have 5 nice entries into your Ayesha. The first one was from this grip. The second one was from the Scorpio, inside hand stays onto the pole and opening and reaching the pole and pushing out. The third one was from your flatline Scorpio, where started rotation and twisted grip, moving down with your torso until you grip the pole and turning and pushing again into your handspring position. The fourth one was from your Cupid. Okay, we just did it now. And the last one is from your brass monkey. So I'm going to show you the brass monkey once more. Okay. Brass monkey, leg through, turn, open. Yes. Whew. So if you're finishing with me, make sure you use the cool down video, which I pre-recorded for you guys. Stretch out your chest, relax your back, stretch out your hips, okay? After handspring, especially if you did one side more than the other, it's crucial, very, very crucial to work with your external rotation as well, because guess what? What we're doing in our twisted grip handspring is the internal rotation. If you're overdoing your internal rotation too much on one side or both sides, whatever, you will end up with this. The chest muscle is turning you in. The internal rotation is being done a lot more than external rotation. So after a while, this imbalance can cause injuries. So that is the reason why I'm not a big fan of twisted grip Ayeshas, or twisted grip handsprings, but they feel safer and easier than the cup grips and true grips. But the cup grips and true grips, they are better for your joints, better for your shoulders, definitely. So hopefully this class was useful for you guys. Those of you who are not watching this live, make sure if you have questions, if you have trouble, you can send me your videos. I will check it out whenever I can. It might not be right away. If I forget, please remind me, because there's a lot of you guys and I really, really want to help all of you. So those of you who were live, thank you so much for making it live. I really appreciate for not being alone in this class, because it happens quite often. So many students are taking the classes, but since the time zones are so different, I understand that everyone is watching the classes at their own time. So, okay, it's just normal. That's why the recordings have unlimited access. So you can watch the classes for as many times as you need, whenever you need, okay? So hopefully you're safe. Hopefully you like this, enjoy this workout, and actually have something you gained. And if something feels troubling, once more, ask away, okay? That's why I'm here. And thank you. I'm really grateful for you for choosing me as an online coach for you for this class for today. I'm happy for that, grateful for that, thankful for that. And of course, train your both sides, stay safe, stay healthy. And of course, train hard, but enjoy the training, okay? And have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Thank you.